Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a little craft with me. This is an idea that I saw online. Actually saw it from an article, not on TikTok. But if you've seen the thumbnail and if you've seen the title of this video, then you know why I have a shower curtain rod behind me. We're going to try being the operative word here, we're going to try the trend of using this shower rod to hang garland. So I have quite a few items that I can work with here, and I'll show those to you shortly. But we already have this up. I actually have it at eye height for me, and I actually am wearing platform shoes to make this a little easier. And there's also another shower rod behind the camera. So I'm gonna try this twice. So this is gonna be my test one. And admittedly, this is also by stuff that if this thing happens to fall, I'm not gonna break some expensive items. Without further ado, I say, let's get started. All right, so first thing that you're going to wanna do is you're going to want to measure the distance of where you want to actually hang your shower rod. Our hallway is 51 inches from wall to wall. So most shower rod bars are about, I think 48 or 42 inches to 72, either 48 to 72 or 42 to 42, or 42 to 72. So as long as you can reach that length, you should be fine. I think there are some that even go further than that. So ideally, what we wanted was to have them be on wall braces or stud areas. This one does that just fine. The one behind the camera does not. So that's the one that we're a little worried about, which is why we're doing this one first. So hopefully we don't have enough tension to damage the wall, or more specifically, the drywall. And these shower rods actually do happen to have padding at the end of them, so that should help. Then next up is going to be your garland. So I happen to have 3 different kinds here. The main one we're going to be using first is this. It is black pine tree style garland. I actually got this from at home last year. If you happen to grab some from Michael's over Halloween, that would probably work better because I remember that one being a lot fuller than this. Also, ideally, you're gonna want some garland that's not gonna be incredibly heavy. And you're also going to want garland that can very easily be wound across things or draped across things and isn't going to potentially weigh your rod down and thus causing it to drop. I also picked up some of this garland from Michael's. This is white and silver. It is 12 feet long. So this is going to be kind of like my draping, looping style. And I also picked up some of these beads. I don't know how well this is going to show on camera, but some of these beads, beaded garland. I can't quite remember how long this is, but I'm also going to use this for some draping action as well. I'll also be wrapping lights around this, but I want to get at least some of the main garland up first before I did that. Now you might be wondering, Nix, this is all black, white, and silver. Where's the pop of color? The thing is, my theme for this year is a Tim Burton inspired winter holiday. So that's all black, white, silver. I might add pops of color in here. I have ideas for that, but I want to add these first and then see where I go with that, okay? So without further ado, let's start wrapping this around that. Also, if the lighting changes, I apologize. It is mid-afternoon and I'm in a weird spot in my house where light changes very quickly. So again, I apologize. My initial idea is to start with this first. So let's find the middle spot, which is this right here. Okay. And I am honestly just going to twirl this around as best as I can without trying to smack myself in the face with this. I'm going to start this loose first and then bring it together as necessary. Now, let's see if I can create this to be tighter. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to get this on here first. Honestly, the fuller your garland is, the better that this is going to be. I know it looks kind of like a weird, dark mess at the moment, but it's going to be a weird, dark mess at the moment. And this. And it fell. Okay. We have the black up. Now for the 12-foot long of the white and silver. So my thought process on this one was to go in the middle of this and then find the spots that weren't going to be completely covered by the branches. I'm also rather okay with there being more, but I'm also rather okay with there being some bare spots because my garland is black. And I also want some of this to drape down on the sides. And I'll show you after I get that done. What I also like about this is that you can make this however you want. So you could be as precise with this, you could be as crafty with this. And I'm realizing I'm somehow doing this unevenly, which I don't know how I manage that, but we're gonna try and fix that here. There we go. How are we looking? Honestly, let's try and not have this be so bushy. I'm wondering. I don't know if I like it, actually, with everything sticking out so much. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's better. That's so much better. All right. Now from this side, okay. From this side, it's a train wreck. Hold on. Let's fix that. Holy crap. This is not a scenario where you can ignore like the back of your tree because no one's gonna see the back of your tree. If this is hanging up in your hallway, you have to make sure every side looks good. So double check both sides, folks. That part's down. The question is, do I want to do the draping next or the lights next? So I have this. This is not very long. So honestly, we might not get much of a drape per se, unless no. Okay, so let's do that first, and then that. One thing that I could do then is if I really wanted to, I could probably tie this around one of the branches, because I don't think you guys can see this, but there's thread here, and not only thread, but looped. So what I could do is literally treat this like an actual holiday ornament situation. Yeah, those two right there. Treat this like a regular holiday ornament. And loop it up. Yeah, that'll work just fine. All right. So I'm gonna find one end, and I'm going to just place it on like how you would for if you were hanging an ornament. And I'm also going to double that by hanging it on another one. So in case one of those fails, I have ways of making sure that stays. Although ideally, I would want that to not hang so low. So, give me a minute. There we go. All right. Now let's find a spot also on the other side, same distance, thereabouts. Okay. I know you can't see the bottom of this, just bear with me, folks. All right, as you can see, this thing dropped. Oops. And so I need some help to actually get this fixed. So, but now you can see I now have this drooped this way. So I could do this, or I'm trying to figure out if that would be better. Actually, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, so let's do that. Looking back here. Oh yeah, that's good. And I can go back in and fix any spots that I'm not happy with. Okay. Yeah. That works well. Yeah, the light's starting to die. Okay. I have light coming in from this room right here. So let's go with this for right now. Guess it'll look a little yellow, but we're still fine. Now let's add lights. Okay, so I didn't add the lights yet. Instead, I did my other one here. And that is because I realized all of our light strands that we got are 100 lights. We really probably only need 50 because 100 lights on per one, it's gonna be too much. So I'm gonna run to the store real quick, pick up 2 strands of 50 lights, and then be back. Okay, as you can tell, it's quite a few hours later. It's already dark outside, but I did find what I need, kind of. So they didn't have 50 lights on like a short strand, but what I did find were icicle lights like this on a 6-foot or so strand. So what I'm going to attempt, big thing here on the phrase attempt, is wrap this around loosely and then take some of the dangling parts and continue to wrap that around as well. Don't know how well this is gonna go, but we're gonna try it. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna unloop this for right now. And then we're gonna do this. Okay, this is actually the second garland. As you can see, the other one that is already lit. But I have woven all of the dangling icicles into this. All right, loosen the plug a little bit so I can actually just hook into what's going to be a strip along the wall. Let's plug this in and then see how it looks. And let there be light. It'd help if I turned on the outlet itself. Just a moment. Ah! Oh, it's pretty. So I know this is dangling right here, but this will be like against the wall, like right here. So, all right, let's raise it, which will not be on camera. They're done. Both of them are up. Both of them are staying up. We also added, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but underneath underneath the tension rods, we actually put in 2 thumbtacks underneath each one, just in case the tension rod would happen to fail. Then it would have a bit of a buffer. Mostly just so in case something did happen to fall, it wouldn't happen in the middle of the night and it wouldn't scare the bejesus out of us. So, was this as easy as the video from TikTok, or was what I saw originally on Instagram? Yes and no. The Garland, getting it on, just finagling it, takes a little bit. The tension rod also wants to keep falling while you're doing it. So keep that in mind, that might happen. The thing that was the most difficult for me were the lights and trying to wrap them around. Now, then again, the lights that I were using were icicle, like the icicle dangling lights, because I can't find any that are short enough to do what I need to do. Now, I think these allowed for me to have the effect that I wanted, but it also made it more difficult for me to actually get them to do what I wanted them to do as I was wrapping them around. Again, more finagling. But other than that, like, those are small complaints. This wasn't too bad to do. So if you want to hang some garland and you don't have a space to do so, yeah, this tension rod hack actually is pretty nice. And honestly, it really brings in the lights that are in my kitchen, because if you stand from my living room and view everything out from there, it is a seamless look, even though there is a wall dividing it. But you're standing in the living room, you could see both spaces very easily. I will show more in my Decorate With Me video. That will be coming out later this month. I might have one more craft idea. I still have to test that and see if that will work. So if you like this, leave a like, leave a comment. If this kind of stuff is your thing, as well as decorating in general, or anything dark, decor, spooky, gothic, vlog stuff like that. I'm also a belly dancer. I do occasional vlogs on just like my everyday life. If that stuff is up your alley, subscribe. I think that does it for me tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna get any other decor done tonight, but I'm happy that I at least have this, because now this space has plenty of light when normally it doesn't. This space always gets ignored during my decor seasons, because I didn't really have any way to put lights up, but now I do. And I'll tell you right now, I'll be using this hack for all of my seasonal decor. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. So, thanks so much for watching, and remember to go after whatever your dark heart desires. See you, folks.